What if I told you that this Facebook profile helped me make over $400,000 in a couple of years by just using Facebook organic marketing? And here's the reality. If your profile is not set up correctly, chances are that you're not attracting the right people, chances are that you're not growing with targeted audience as much as you can, and chances are that your current followers are not going to convert as well into buyers. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 critical elements that your profile needs to have to attract more of the right people and convert your followers into buyers. Now, a small disclaimer is that no, just having Facebook profile or Instagram or whatever is not gonna do all of the heavy work, but it is gonna help a lot in attracting those right clients and growing your following. Important thing, this is part of the 9 video series that I'm doing on how to get high ticket clients on Facebook in 2025 and beyond. So if you haven't already, make sure to also check previous 4 videos that we did in the series and make sure to subscribe to get notified when I release new videos in the upcoming weeks. Alright, so before we dive into the 5 things, I want to tell you why you should have a branded profile and how this actually helps your business. It serves 2 main purposes. Number 1 is to grow and attract your followers, and number 2 is to convert them into leads and eventually buyers, clients, etc. So the way it does it is, obviously you can add friends, right, proactively on Facebook. Or you could post content that goes viral. I actually had over 54,000 views and I have only less than 6,000 friends. You can see that a lot of people saw it. So that's another way where you can create content. It will be shown to people. You can proactively add people on Facebook, one of the reasons I love this platform the most. Or let's say you go to groups and you're engaging, you're offering insights in your niche, you're helping people, and they would be curious and click on your profile. So the first way it helps you is growing your following. So again, let's say I send a friend request to someone and they want to see if they want to accept, they land here. So based on your profile, they will do this probably, read a bit and decide. And I segmented these 5 things based on the things people look at most frequently, right? And if you have something that they are interested in, let's say you commented, you offered some insight in the niche group, let's say weight loss or whatever, and people are like, oh, this is interesting comment, let me see who this person is. They click, they're like, okay, name, last name, oh, this is what they're talking about, etc., etc. And they're like, yeah, this is actually interesting, and they might click add friend, follow, whatever, right? Now the other use case is when someone is already your friend or follower on Facebook, and it can be similar. You might be commenting on their stuff, or for whatever reason they landed on your profile. They will also look, and then this is where this part plays a role, or this, where you funnel them. So my cover photo funnels them to my Facebook group. My profile photo funnels them to my Facebook group. My bio funnels them to my Facebook group. So as you can tell, all roads lead to Rome. And why I'm Facebook group? Because it gets me new group members. They're interested in the things that I'm teaching. It captures their email address and all this good stuff. Now let's cover the 5 things that people will look at once they land on your profile and decide whether they want to follow you, add you as a friend, or enter your funnel. All right, so here we are. First thing, obviously, really important, your profile photo. It should be clear, high quality, professional. I guess professional is kind of optional. You don't need to have professional photographer take a picture of you, but it should be a picture of you clearly showing your face, no random logos and objects. And I see people putting anime characters or a truck or whatever. So in most cases this will actually hurt your brand, because imagine receiving friend request from someone and you see a truck and some random name or whatever, you're gonna be like, whatever, pass. It looks like a spam account. So one of the more important things is to have a clear profile photo. This is the one I'm currently using, but this is also the ones I was using before. So you can see it's mostly you can see my face, you can see me, sometimes closer to face, sometimes a bit back, but this is pretty much. Now, simple reason why this is important is because, again, once you receive on social media a friend request or follow request or whatever it is, people will judge based on who you are. You don't need to be pretty or anything, but you should have your picture there. Now for number 2, we have our bio section, which is also important. I'll show you mine. Now I change this all the time. I used to have this kind of, I help coaches, entrepreneurs, affiliates, whatever, to convert followers into repeat clients. Now currently I try to instill more persona and you can see like coffee nerd, BJJ blue belt, and then I share about the business. I love monetizing small audiences online. Free group on how below, right? Now you could have the classical one. I help coaches attract high ticket clients with X method, whatever. I would test this honestly, but you should have bio, and also you should have like I funnel people to my group. So bio can be for new followers, but it is even more so for current people. So let's say I make a post and people are like, oh, that's very interesting, and they're like, who is this person? Or let's say I comment on your post and or in the group, and I share some valuable insight, and someone is, okay, let me check this person. So they land here, they see my picture, and they're like, oh, they're monetizing even small audiences online, so let me check this out, and they join the group, right? So this is one of the reasons that I have bio. Now you can have different versions. Again, this is one version. Another version that I shared here is you can be like, hey, I help ideal audience achieve specific result. You can even add without pain. You can have CTA, but I do recommend having CTA and having the link below. Now this brings us to number 3. This is Facebook specific feature, and it's cover photo. So this is prime real estate, positions you as an authority, and again, similar to bios, this evolved over time and changed. I used different ones. Let me show. This is the one I'm currently using. Coaches and entrepreneurs, join my free group to learn 3-step process I've been using to convert followers into repeat clients and make over $300,000 in under 3 years, right? And CTA for the group. Then this one, similar, affiliates and coaches. Before that, okay, this was just selling some bundle. Now you can go also another route, which sometimes can honestly be better, because people get more sophisticated over time. So sometimes you need to test for your market, but if they see something like this, they might think that you're gonna sell them and not accept your friend request. So again, make sure to test it. You can do more like lifestyle photo, where these 6 pictures basically tell a lot about me. I love adventures, trying new stuff. I love traveling. I work online. I love nature, and I love animals. So this 6, by the way, this was like normal Facebook thing that allowed me to just pick 6 pictures. So this is another option. You can go more branded like I currently am, or more lifestyle. My recommendation is to test both, but don't have some random picture that doesn't do anything. Now this brings us to number 4, featured posts and stories. Now, I'll be honest, lately I haven't made a major pin post. I used to have one for years and tweak between them, usually like some CTA ones that got me like dozens of comments. Yeah, I could do this, right? Actually, I'll do it now for you, because I haven't done this in a while. So I can pin this post, and now when someone lands on my profile, they will be like, I created 3-page cheat sheet plus custom GPT that walks you through on how to find where your ideal avatar is online in under 20 minutes. Now you can do CTA one, especially if you have more comments. It will add that social proof. Okay, people actually want this. Plus it will get you leads. So this is another like pro tip. Or you can have another like post where you have a lot of engagement and where people are like, yeah, that, like maybe your story or something like that, insights, etc. So you could have a pinned post. Now another thing, you could have feature stories. I didn't pay a lot of attention to it here. I just have just bunch of results. If you come here, I'm like just results 1500. By the way, this was I think back in 2020 even. So I took results from way back and I was just like adding them to featured. Obviously you can do this much better. I honestly never pay too much attention. I don't think people watch this as much. I could be wrong, but I don't think they watch them as much as on the Instagram. But I think if you were sharing cool stuff, especially results, your clients' results, etc., you can add them here and it adds that bit of proof. So when you go through it, you can see that I'm not just like making stuff up. This was like years and years of results and I shared it. And you can also see some testimonials, clients results, etc., etc., etc. So this is optional, but I do recommend adding it as long as you share results and stuff. And finally, number 5, your content strategy. The most important factor, yet it's not directly your profile, right? Because these things are more tied to your profile. This real estate over here, like your cover photo, profile photo, name, last name, bio, etc. But in spite of all of that, people will look at your content, and this will be one of the most deciding factors over the others. So this is why I actually recommend paying additional attention to this one. So if someone lands here, they can start reading your posts, see what you're talking about, and decide, oh, I actually like what this person talks about. So I shared some results of clients of my own, talk about like coaches, what they struggle with, AI, all this stuff. So when someone lands, whether again you send friend request or they saw a piece of content or they saw the comment, they landed on your profile, they will be checking these things out. So again, they will take a look, this is Miodrag, they see your picture, this is what he is about, and they will usually make a very fast glance at this, maybe like 5, 10, 15 seconds, and then they will spend a bit time on your profile. Like I want you to think about when you're on Instagram or TikTok or on Facebook and you see a new reel or something and you're like, oh, this is funny or interesting or whatever, let me see this person. So what you're looking at, you see who they are, their name, what they do, and then you scroll their content. At least that's what I do and a lot of people I know do. And then based on the content, I'm like, yeah, this is something I'm interested in, and that's when I click follow, or I don't. And if I'm super interested, that's when I also check their bio and see what they are doing and selling, etc. So let's say my post landed on you and you saw me talking about AI and Manus and all this kind of stuff, and you're like, fuck, this is interesting, I want to learn about this. And you land here and you see this and you're like, oh, let me join his group. Or maybe you see the post where I released like a YouTube video. This was, I think, video from last week where I recorded how to find where your ideal avatar is. By the way, this is part of the series, so you can check that video out as well. And if people are like, hey, I actually don't know where my avatar is, so they can come to my YouTube channel, they can come in my group, etc, etc. But your content is one of the most important things that they will look at, so make sure you don't neglect it. All right, so let's do a quick recap. So your profile picture should be clean. It should be you, ideally only you. Your face, it should be clear who you are. Your name and last name should also be clear who you are. You should have a cover photo. Now you have options where you can go more professional, who you're helping and with what, and you can go more like casual. I again recommend testing both for the cover photo and the bio, just to see what your ideal avatar responds better to and what gives you more friends accepted, more friend requests sent, etc, etc. You want to have consistent content. I actually forgot to mention this. It's not just what your content is about, it's how consistent it is. Because if someone lands on your profile and they saw that last time you posted was 2 years ago, a lot of people will just not accept your friend request or not send one. So make sure you have up-to-date relevant content for them so that they're like, oh, this is interesting, let me follow this person. Now another thing to pay attention to is to funnel people where you want them. I funnel people to my Facebook group. If you have community, I do recommend it. If not, you can have your lead magnet, you can have even like low ticket paid products, whatever. And for this as well, I will test different things and see what helps your business the most, because people get curious, they will see your link in bio, they will click, and you might convert them into leads and even sales. Now again, having branded profile is not the most important thing, but it will definitely help all the other factors of your business work better, get you more friends accepted, more followers, more leads, and more. Now in the next video of the series, we are actually diving deeper into content, how I create content that attracts my ideal avatar, pre-sells them, and converts them. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're up to date, and depending on when you're watching this video, this one could be up. So just enter the playlist. I will probably link it here, and you can also watch the next video, and I'll see you around.